Well, weather, actually. Get this, it was freezing outside, and many of them weren't prepared.
A powerful winter storm shut down a stretch of the I-40 along with several other areas up north. Traffic eventually began going again after things began to warm up and clear up, but not before several collisions, spinouts, and drivers who got stuck. Fox 10's Irene Snyder is live with the latest. Irene.
Well, Brian and Linda, drivers report that Interstate 40 was quite a mess overnight with, as you mentioned, crashes, slide-offs. Some people parked their cars on the side of the highway just to get some sleep overnight. We spoke with one of those drivers who tells us what the experience was like, or the ordeal rather was like, just trying to get through the night. A whirlwind of a night for Robin Dabney.
Nobody really knew what was going on.
Traveling up to the Grand Canyon in the middle of a snowstorm, she and her friends decided to take what they deemed the safest route, I-40.
Instead of cutting up on 180 through the mountains yesterday, and apparently that was a mistake.
A mistake that cost them about 5 hours of sitting in traffic as they, along with thousands of others, were stranded on the closed part of the interstate.
We knew it was cold. There wasn't really any cell service, and we kind of expected to be in for a long night in our cars.
Traffic backed up at least 6 miles ahead of them and 6 miles behind them. Robin and her group popped their trailer and camped for the night along the interstate, huddling in blankets and wrapping her 13-year-old dog in a down comforter for warmth.
I was mostly worried about her, but again, we were in good circumstances. I know there were a lot of people who had kids, who had didn't have any food or water with them.
Robin says they had a snow shovel with them, so coming up to a snow-covered turnaround for emergency vehicles, they managed to shovel their way out and make their way back to Flagstaff and eventually up to the Grand Canyon, while others waited in their cars for up to 15 hours. Public Information Officer for the Arizona Department of Transportation says they have about 400 snowplows in total, most of which were out and about last night. But when it comes to heavy winter weather like this, her best advice for drivers is to stay home.
We warn drivers to avoid driving north or to avoid driving during a snowstorm because they could get stuck for many hours.
And ADOT officials say that they do try and post updates regarding traffic and weather on social media and using their app. But Robin says she never saw any information before she went onto I-40 that there is any kind of closure on there. She had reservations for the Grand Canyon, which is why she decided to move forward with her trip and wasn't able to cancel even given this weather. Reporting live in Phoenix, I'm Irene Snyder for Fox 10 News.